Hello friends, welcome to my channel Code Blog. So in this video my topic is Accenture coding problem, and the problem is merge and rearrange. Okay, so now comes to problem statement. So problem statement is you are given with two string. Your task is to merge two string and rearrange them in the following ways. Okay, so basically you are given with two strings. You have two strings and you have to merge them and rearrange them in the following ways. Okay, so for I is equal to 0, on comparing characters at index 0 of both input strings, and the smaller are placed at 0th index and the larger are placed at the n-1th index. Okay, for I is equal to 1, in this way the smaller is put at first index and the larger is placed at the n-2 index. Okay, and the extra character that are present in either one string, that means the extra character that are present in the larger string, we have to put them inside the resulting string. Okay, so now this is our input string. Okay, and this is the output ARE and the input string. Okay, so DENI, 1 minute, DENIM. Okay, now we have to compare. This is the 0th index, this is 1, this is 2, and this is the third, and this is the fourth index for extra. These two characters are the extra characters. Okay, so first of all we have to compare A and D. Okay, and A and D, which is larger? Obviously D is larger, so smaller is placed at 0th index. Okay, 1 2 3 4, smaller is placed at 0th index and the larger is placed at the 1 minute. So 3 and 5, 8. Okay, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now one comparing, D is greater than. Okay, so D greater, so D is put at n-1 index and A is put at the 0th index. Okay, now after that R and E compare. We have to compare R and E. Now we have to compare R and E. Okay, so in between them, which is greater? R is greater. Okay, R is greater, so R put at here and E is put at here. Okay, now we have to compare E and N. Okay, in between then obviously N is greater, so we have to put N here and we have to put E from here. Okay, now we have to put the remaining index one by one inside the strings input resulting string. Okay, so we have to put I here and then M here. So this is our resulting string and we have to return back into the main method. Okay, this is the resulting string. Okay, so now in the coding section we will understand how to solve this problem. Okay, so now comes to coding part. First of all we are taking user input for two string using scanner, and inside this function we have to return our resulting string. Okay, so first of all we have to create a string that will hold our result. Integer answer is equal to. Okay, so we have created string. Now we have to create a array that will hold inside this array. That means it is an actually this is an auxiliary. You can say this is an auxiliary array, and we are storing all the elements. That means the rearrange. After rearranging, we are storing the characters inside this array. So we have to create an array, and its size is the summation of summation of size of two string. Okay, so integer n is equal to str1 dot length plus str2 dot length. That means the summation of length of two strings. Now we have to create our character array, and then character and size is n. Okay, now we have to check that which string is greater. Okay, so first of all we are checking that if str1 dot length is smaller than str2. If str1 is smaller than str2, then in that case, okay, so in that case we have to traverse our input string for integer I is equal to 0, I less than str1 dot length, I plus plus. Okay, now we have to check that the now we have to we are traversing our input string. Okay, str1, and now we have to check we have to now we have to compare both input string. Okay, for 0th position, for first position. In this way we have to compare both input string characters. Okay, so if str1 dot, if the character at 0th index of both input string, that means of str1, is smaller than str2, then we have to put it inside this array of I. Okay, array of I is equal to str1 dot character at of I. Okay, and the array of and that means the last index for in case of 0, we have to put the character of str2 at 0, so str of so array of n of I minus 1, this index we have to put str2 dot character at of I. Okay, str the character of string 1 is smaller, so we have to put in array of I. Str or character of str2 is greater than, then we have to put it at n minus I minus 1 position. Okay, now if it is not that means the string of the character of str2 is smaller, so in that case we have to just reverse it. Okay, that means at 0 of I we are putting the character of str2, and array of n minus I minus 1 position we are putting str1 character. So str2 we have to just reverse it. Okay, now after comparing all the elements, okay, and storing back inside the array, we have to just now we should go for the extra element. That means in this case str2 is greater, so obviously there are some characters left inside this string. Okay, now we are storing them inside our resulting array. Now we have to store them inside the array. So for that case we have to traverse our array. For integer I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, here n is the array size. Okay, now we have to check that which position of the array is null. Okay, so if array of I double equals to null. Okay, in character array we are in this way we are finding the null position. Okay, that means in the position there are no character. Okay, now we have to traverse integer I is equal to str1 dot length. Now in this not I. Okay, so we have to take j. Okay, now j start from end of the end of the string 1, that means string 1, and it goes for j less than str2 dot length. Okay, and j plus plus. Now we have to store them the extra element in our array. Okay, so str2 dot character at of j, because the extra elements are now in string 2. Okay, and we have to increment the value of I. So after completing after putting all the characters in our resulting in our array, we have to just put here an condition, that is break. We have to break from our for loop. Okay, now we are checking for string for if inside this if loop we are checking that the string 1 is smaller than string 2. Now we have to else, we have to put our else condition. That means in that case our string 1 is greater and string 2 is smaller. Okay, else, inside this else. Okay, now we have to copy this uh, the whole, and we have to copy and paste here. Okay, now in that case we have to just that means here inside this else string 2 is smaller, string 1 is greater, so we have to replace all the string 1 with string 2 and replace string 2 with string 1. Okay, now here we are checking that the string 2 is smaller. Okay, so string 1, here also we have to put str2, here also put str1, here str1 and here str2. That means replace str1 with str2. Okay, here also start with string 2 and this is string 1 and this is also string 1. Okay, now in the at the last position, that means after completing, after rearranging all the elements, and now the all the characters are stored in the array, we have to just add them, all the array elements we have to add them inside our resulting string. For that case, we have to take a for loop for integer I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, and answer is equal to answer plus array of I. Okay, now our resulting string is ready and we have to just return our resulting string. Okay, to return answer. Okay, so be careful. First of all, we have to check the which string is greater and the which string is smaller. In this way we have to put if and else condition, and then we have to just compare them and put them at the correct index position, okay, in the array. And then after that, after completing or rearranging all the elements and store inside the array, we have to store our. So this is the solution of our problem, merge and rearrange. Okay, now you can check. Okay, so now we have to check output. Okay, so you have to put our input strings. One is ARER and another is denim, DENIM. Okay, now so you can see that A is smaller. We have to compare each characters from input 1 and input 2, and we have to put them, we have to rearrange and them, input the and store them inside the array. After that, we have to store them inside this, inside any string, and we have to return the string. Okay, so this is the output.